Yeah. What's going on, everybody? This is I bought a mic. This is one of my next interviews. Sergeant Green. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Steve, not Sergeant, by the way. We don't do rank on the show.
That's
no
fine.
rank on the show. We
That's
can't
fine.
do rank. I don't like.
You don't like that?
First,
All right.
first name basis.
First name basis. All right. This is my buddy Steve. So yeah, what's going on, man? How's the how you holding up?
Good.
Good.
As best as it can be, man.
That's
It's going
good.
out of my mind, but it's going.
What out of your
It's
mind?
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to keep yourself busy. Yeah.
Especially with
So
little to do around here.
yeah, very very limited. But yeah. So we actually had talked about what was it last night about potentially changing my name.
Yeah.
To this.
Well, I mean, you had it in front of you the whole time. You told me you couldn't even figure out a name.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a thought, and
Yeah.
I thought it flowed out perfect.
I definitely like it. It was just it threw me for a loop, and I'm like, I think I like that one a little better.
Yeah,
So-
it's got more of a warm, inviting feeling
Yeah.
when
Well,
people turn on the radio.
So the reason why I picked what I did was because I was just like, all right, I'm starting this, trying to start a podcast, and like I'm like going through. I had like a list of like 20 names, just like random shit, and like none of them was like going. Like I'm like, it's all right. I picked like two that I kind of liked, and I was just like, I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I do this? Like what's going on? What did I do to get me like going with this? I'm like, I don't know. I bought a microphone and here I am. And I was just like, I bought a mic. There we go. That'll be my starting name.
I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day either.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Was it Rome in the beginning?
No,
it might have been something.
And you can always change it. It's nothing you have to lead with. It's just like I picked a name to start. Because everyone was telling me the same thing with the niches. Like, oh, you got to pick a niche, and I was just like, I don't even know what to pick. So I'm like, guys,
What the hell's a niche? What is a niche?
Niche is a subject.
Subject.
You're literally asking me what niche is?
Yeah.
Okay, so a niche.
I mean,
yeah. So a niche is a subject that you pick to talk about, or to do more or less. So like when they say like what's your niche, I guess the simpler way of saying is what is your topic about. So when people come up to you and be like, "What you're talking about?" Like, what are you talking about? Like every
whatever
time
the
you
hell
go on
we
the
feel
show.
like we talk about.
Yes. But
If someone wants to walk in here and say, "What are you guys talking about?" We tell them to get the hell out. Talk
Right.
about whatever we want to talk about.
But sometimes with a podcast or certain things, they want a subject. So like people want like if you're a fisherman, they'd be like, okay, well we're talking about fishing. If you're into music, they're like, I'm talking about my band. They wanna
Fishing's a good industry.
But they want you to pick one subject. It doesn't mean you have to stay on that subject. It's just that's what the initial conversation is, and then it can lead to something else. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't really have a niche. I'm just sitting here testing my equipment, making sure everything works.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if I got to pick one down the road, I'll pick one down the road. And that's what made me think of like, all right, well, I'll interview my guys on deployment. So that's where
The
I'm
niche.
at. That's
That
where
is the niche.
So the niche now
Okay.
is interviewing my soldiers on
niche.
deployment.
Okay, we
You know
got
what
a
I mean?
niche. We got a
So,
niche.
but can always change. But
So what else? I mean, what is there to even talk about with the deployment so far? I mean, we've literally been living like the rest of the Polish around here.
so
We don't
it's
smile, we don't wave, we don't do any of that. We've literally adopted the custom within a week.
it's more of the initial like thought. Okay, we've been here for like a month.
Yeah.
What's like the different lifestyle that like what did you have to change? How do you feel about it? Because it's basically kind of like an extended AT, I guess you can call it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like okay, like so how are you doing? Are you like for the month that we've been here? How do you feel?
How are you doing?
How are you doing? How am I doing?
How are you doing? How are you holding up? Has anybody asked you how you've been holding up?
Honestly, no. Honestly, I am very entertained. Like I know how to keep myself busy. Like I can't say that I don't miss home because who doesn't miss home? But like I'm not one of those people dwelling like, oh, I made a bad decision. I want to get out of here. I'm just like I'm making the best of it. I really am. I'm like, you know what? I'm here. I'm doing this, doing the podcast, and I'm studying for hopefully like a new career, potentially a new career. And I'm keeping myself busy. So I can't really, I can't sit here and be like I hate my life because I don't. This is what I signed up for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how you've been living.
Yeah.
That's how you've been living. I like it.
I make
like
good with the bad.
Have you tried the food around here at all?
I've had worse.
Yeah.
I've had worse.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone's had worse. It's not great. you know, but it's I mean the same basic meals every.
People love their meats around here.
They do.
They love their meats.
You know what confused the shit out of me? Their breakfast. That caught me way off guard because they
I've
have
only had it once since we've been here.
the breakfast.
Yeah,
Oh, why?
I've only eaten it once.
Wow.
I just sleep in. I sleep
Okay.
in if I don't have to be up early.
So let me explain to you how they do their breakfast. Okay. It's eggs. It's like French toast, which is a different type of French toast. This is more like a homemade. And then the rest is stuff you would eat for lunch. Chicken wings, rice, beef. Like if you were to go there, you would not be eating breakfast foods. It's all lunch foods, basically. Sometimes
So
they
they-
have like a breakfast sausage, but it's more like a lunch sausage type shit.
So there's not a breakfast per
No.
se. It's just food that they throw together here and they just give it to you.
I mean, there's always eggs. There's always sausage. There's usually
Now is it sausage or is it kielbasa? What is it?
they switch. So a lot of times it's kielbasa. Most of the times it's kielbasa. And then sometimes they'll just have the regular sausage. They don't do it like very often, but like they serve almost like hot dog patties.
Yeah.
I mean, not hot dog patties. Sorry, it's like hamburger patties, like little patties.
Right.
That's yeah. And then that's really it. Like I said, it's like chicken wings almost every single meal. Every time it's lunch.
No, I've noticed that with lunch and dinner. It's been chicken wings. It's been like
chicken,
a
fish,
half a hen.
turkey.
been like
they've
half
had hen. They've had lamb. What was the other one they had?
What's the fish made of? What is their fish? What's the fish?
I don't
What's the
know.
fish?
So I tried looking it up, and it was some like black-looking fish because one of the other guys he like cut into it, and it was like had like the black like the skin, like the scales.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "What the hell is this?" And I was just like, "I'm like, it looks like it's the skin."
Was it?
It was because I looked it up, and the fish that they have around here, from what the look of it, is like it's like silver belly, and then like their back is like black. So I'm assuming that he got a piece of like the back, whatever. And I don't remember what kind of fish it was, but it was.
No, I gotta go back to talking about how the people do not interact around here. I need to go back to that.
Okay.
I need to. Like, I mean, where we come from in Mass, like it's, you want people to shut up, right?
Yeah.
You want people to
Right.
shut up. You don't want people talking to you all the time, right?
It
This
depends.
is like a dream come true coming here. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody even wants to know that you're there. It's great. It's great. I mean, I
don't
like
mind
this.
a conversation, honestly. I try to talk to people, but that's just me.
I mean, this is just then it's my way of living.
Yeah.
Like I have wanted to live on a boat by myself
just don't talk to me.
out in the ocean. Right?
Yeah.
I don't even have to do that no more. I'll move where we are.
Okay.
And that's I'll move to Europe. Most of Europe is quiet. I mean, I don't know how the Germans are. I don't know how French people are. I mean, all I know is that French people
Yeah.
tend to smell and aren't really friendly.
Apparently, one of the guys saying that they're all assholes and they're aggressive, and I'm just like,
Well, I know they don't like Americans.
oh,
From
really?
what I heard.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
From what you heard, yeah.
I mean, when your life consists of wine and cheese and nothing else, great. And you've had to be saved twice throughout centuries.
I mean, when we got here, I thought they didn't want us here because I was just like they
They
just
probably don't want us here.
they just seemed like they were just like
They probably don't want us. They probably don't want anybody.
they don't smile at all.
No, they don't.
literally
That's
do not
what I was-
smile.
that's what I'm saying.
They don't smile.
They-
They'll
they-
look at you like if we're like if we're
They won't even wave.
if we're heading like back to like the motor pool or whatever, they like I'll kind of give them like a head nod, like a respectful head nod. They do it back, or like I'll like not necessarily say something. I'll be like kind of like a hey, but like a mumble hey because they probably don't understand me, and they actually respond back. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but they're basically saying hello or good morning or something, and yeah, I mean that's the most I get out of them.
I mean, most of the time they give me the stare of like what like an 8-year-old should be doing for a stranger danger. Like, don't say nothing, just look at them, get their characteristic, and keep moving.
Yeah.
In case that guy does something, like that's what I feel like. I feel
Right.
like I'm gonna kidnap these people, and they're just staring at me to get a characteristic statement in case they do take off and they get away from me.
Right.
You know, it's too quiet. But I like it, but it's just too quiet. And these people,
It's like that borderline of like enjoyable. It's like a little too much.
yeah. And the other thing is the infrastructure, man. What is up with that? You walk around town, and the whole city looks abandoned.
It looks very, very, very old, like extremely old. It looks like it's like you said, it looks like almost like abandoned buildings, like they haven't updated from like the 20s or whatever it is. Like I was walking around and it's just like it's almost looks like a boony town, and like the buildings they're cool, they are, but I just feel like there's like nothing around.
It makes a lot of the projects back at home look like fucking luxury apartments. I mean,
the buildings are different around here too, so that's the only thing I can really. I don't even know how to explain it.
Maybe knock them down. I don't know. Fields are better.
Knock them down.
Fields are better than just keeping something that's falling in there. I don't know.
So this is the first time I would say that I've seen the cobblestone roads. That's
You got them in Boston. You haven't been to Boston at all?
well, consistent ones. Like there's like pieces,
Yeah.
but like
We're idiots. We paved over them. They're still there. We
Yeah.
paved over them.
yeah. I don't think I've really paid much attention to the ones in Boston.
Well, they can't even repair the cobblestones. You notice half the cobblestones out there? They're like sharp, pointy rocks at this point.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, we got that little stretch right there.
Yeah.
And I was like looking, I was just like, where am I gonna run for like my like practice for PT? I'm like, I can't run on that shit.
No,
I'll twist my ankle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because it's not. It's
well,
not even.
don't run at all.
Yeah.
Don't run at all. I mean, people who've been running around here almost get shot. So
Yeah, well, it's funny. So like the rocks, they're not flat. They're stuck up like this, and there's spaces in between them.
Well,
so
yeah.
God forbid you put your shoe in there, you're gonna go. There goes your ankle.
well, God forbid you go to the wrong part of this area, and your twisted ankle is gonna be the last of your worries.
I heard it wasn't that bad. So apparently there was like they tried to grow like a reputation, saying there was some bad people around here. And I was actually talking to one of the guys that's working here, and he's just like, no, they're full of shit. There's nothing really that bad.
Well, who is full of shit?
The people that were spreading because one of the first things they said was like there's a gang in town. And we're like, oh, okay, so like make sure you like battle up with someone or whatever. And it's just like, no,
I barely see people in town.
There's nothing there.
I barely see anybody in town.
I've walked out town.
I mean, I go to the supermarket. It's like a library.
Yeah.
There's like there are some people in it, but it is super quiet.
It's like a ghost town.
yeah.
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 It's very small. And then I've realized that the only people that are around and out and about are the ones down by the like apartments. So like you go like downtown and then kind of like to the left where all like the big buildings are kind of like our barracks almost. It looks like the same thing. That's the only area where there's actually like people, and the majority of it's like kids.
You know what I was reading the other day?
What?
So apparently there's Koreans going into Ukraine.
Okay.
North Koreans.
Yep.
And when they get killed, the Russians who are like hired them are burning the faces of these dead Koreans so they can't be identified because Korea's not supposed to be there. I read that. I don't know if it's true. That's what I read. That's what I read. They were burning these Koreans' faces so they couldn't be identified.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
That's
I don't
fucking
know.
aggressive.
Yeah. I was just reading that the other day.
Where the hell did you read that?
It was online somewhere. I can't remember if it was social media or.
So the only thing I will say about social media is I don't believe half the shit that I read,
Oh, I don't either.
because a lot of it's a what's the word I'm looking for? Clickbait. It's clickbait.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah, you go down the rabbit hole and then you find out it's all a lie, and it's just
Yeah.
like that. Because you clicked on it, they're making money through advertisements because they're like, oh, I got like 10,000 people clicking on this, so
Yeah.
blah, blah.
That's
So I'm
how
like,
they get money. Which, you know what, is not a bad idea. to make
it's not.
money.
It's not.
Not a
They're,
bad
they're
idea
smart.
to take
They're
money. Yeah,
smart.
you know
It's
what I
just
mean?
it's just bullshit because it's just like half the stuff that you read, you don't know if it's true anymore.
Exactly, but that person who made that site is now making money off people who are clicking on it.
It's a smart idea. It's shitty, but
you
it's a smart idea.
Can't blame them.
I can't blame them for doing what they're doing, but I also don't like people that feed into it either. Because I'm like, oh, did you hear about this? And I'm like, yeah, all right, that ain't true. And even if it is true,
I might stop one. I don't know. I might stop if it's a quick money maker.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah. If you're good at social media and you know how to do that stuff,
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
that's what I'm saying.
you're gonna be.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
you got to
gotta-
create the clickbait, which is basically a fake story that looks like a real story, and then you have to go through that rabbit hole.
Right.
But it's a lot of work. 'Cause I
Make the clickbait.
Oh,
Yeah, the sponsors on there.
Oh,
Tell people.
because you gotta realize this. You're making a whole article, and it's all a lie. Like people that do that shit, that you go like it's like a whole page article of like everything that's going on, and it's all gotta be a lie. So unless you can sit there and type out a whole lie, that's what it is. You know what I mean?
I'm sure we could come up with something good.
Hey,
We can start with the whole Korean thing.
stay
If
tuned.
that's not-
Stay tuned for the clickbait.
That's not. That's coming around in a couple weeks.
yeah.
Look for the name.
We'll do a test.
Yeah, we'll start with the Korean thing. That's
Yeah.
what we'll do.
Yep.
So what else is going on out there?
Not a whole lot. The what do you call it?
The Bruins fucking blew it away the other night, huh?
Oh, I didn't watch that game.
No, you didn't watch it?
No, not a big sports guy.
They lost to the Blue Jackets.
Are they a good team?
The Blue Jackets?
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
No.
So they lost against a
No,
bad
we beat
team.
the Bills. We beat the Bills, but then we lost against the Blue Jackets, yeah. So,
Okay. Damn.
other than that, no.
Yeah. I'm not a big sports guy, but I still root for our teams. You know what I mean?
Well, I would hope so.
Hey, just because you
but
live
then
in the
again,
state,
you could be New York. You could be New York.
just
you know?
because you live in the state doesn't mean you follow them.
You live closer to New York than I do, so I wouldn't be surprised.
This is true. No, fuck New York.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Not
in
the state,
slightest.
but the teams. I'm not a no.
So, how much drugs do you think goes throughout this country here, like in products? A lot. A lot.
Dude, well, I mean,
Weed,
these guys are
weed,
making millions,
weed,
so
Cocaine.
I don't even know if they even really do it with weed anymore because it's now legal. Weed is now legal.
Well, what I'm
So-
saying is like what's having it in their products around the country.
So the only thing, well, what was the big one? The
THC.
no,
CBD.
it was fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl became a big thing.
Well, that's in America.
Oh, you're just saying in general?
I'm talking about this country.
Oh, dude, I have no idea.
Like how many drugs are going to this country?
No
Like
idea.
that illegal to buy.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I don't. They don't really talk much about this country as far as like what's going in and out. The only place I know that like has it, I think, was like Afghanistan or something.
really.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's the only one that I know of.
You know who's
So-
probably got a lot of drugs is definitely Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Well, that's well known though. So
Do you think they'll restrict us from going there?
it wouldn't surprise me. It would if you asked. I see that that'd be one of those don't ask, don't tell. You know what I mean? Because the second you ask that, especially with your reputation apparently that you hold, be like, where are you asking about this, sir?
Yeah.
What are you up to? Yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend asking that. Or I'd say like what's next to it.
Well, like they say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission.
That's what I'm
correct?
saying. Like you gotta
You were
just
saying
go
that,
there,
yeah, okay.
and then you play stupid and be like, I knew the name. It's popular. I didn't know what they were popular for, and then I figured it out.
Okay.
Whoops.
I had some of their brownies.
I'm sorry.
It just said bakery on the store name,
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, and I didn't understand what they were saying, so I kind of just, they looked friendly. I was wondering why they were so friendly. They were just giving me stuff.
I had
was
a good
pretty
time.
cheap.
I had a good time. I had a good
It
time.
was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, I would be.
I can see you doing it though. I can see you doing it. Oh, what happened to him? Oh,
Well, that would make for a great story. We take a ride there.
Yeah.
How far is it? What is it, like 4 hours?
Oh, I don't even
4 hour
know.
ride? We would have to do an overnight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a ride there. Let's go. We'll go tourist touring. Right?
Where? I don't even know where that is. I've heard so many stories
Amsterdam
about it, but
is
I
like
don't even
north of Germany.
know. North.
I want to say
of
it's like
Germany.
north. It's like in a